going to show you how to make my base mix, and this is a Fishmeal base mix, but it's based on the original S-Mix squid from the 90s, and it's dead simple to do, and it's relatively cheap as well. So if you're on a budget and you want to make a really good high quality base mix for not much money, considering the price of boilies now at like $12.99 for a kilo bag. I've got 14 kilos of ingredients here, which will make roughly 20 kilos of rolled bait, and it's cost me £64, and that's with delivery. So it's a really cost effective way to make your boilies. A really good high quality bait as well, which will catch you loads of fish through the season, and it's enjoyable, and you know that no one else will be using it as well. It's an old recipe, they don't make it anymore, so I researched it, got all the ingredients sorted out, worked out all the ratios of how to mix it, and it costs very little money in relation to what's available on the shelves today, and it's better. It's not bulked out with cheap stuff, it is the proper ingredients and it works. So I'll run through what I've got here, and they're all relatively cheap, and you can get them from a number of suppliers. I've bought mine from CC Moore because I trust them, the quality is really good, and they do them in convenient kilo bag sizes or 2 kilos, and you can make base mix dead easy. Right, the recipe itself, I got it from a Dutch carp magazine, and I found the article online. The article was with Gary Bays years and years ago, and it had all the ratios for mixing this base mix, so I basically worked off that. It didn't have exact weights, but some of the ingredients you can only add at certain weights anyway, so it was quite easy to work it out. It just takes a bit of thought. I've done it now so that everything can be put in the bucket in 1 kilo amounts. It just makes it a lot easier when it comes to making it. So I'll run through what I've got, put them in the bucket, give them a mix, and then that's your base mix done for a season. What I do is I roll a 6-egg mix every time I go fishing, so I know it's always fresh, and then I store all the base mix in a sealable bucket with the lid on. No rats can get to it, no pests, and it stays fresh in the bucket. So this will last me a season, because I don't use a lot of bait. As most of you know, I tend to fish bags, stringers, scattering a bait. I don't pile it in. I know a lot of people like doing it, but I can't see the point when you're catching just as many. But using a couple of handfuls every time, but it works, and that's what you want. You want confidence in your bait. So I've got that. I've been using this for 8 seasons, and it's absolutely bob on. So I'll show you how to make it. In here, I've got some wheat germ. Okay, that just helps to break up the mix, and it also aids digestibility, so it passes through the carp quicker. Especially in winter, it's a really good ingredient as well. I can use this mix all year round just because of what I put in it. It's not really, heavy on the protein, so it'll pass through the carp. I'd say it's about 60% protein, 40% cereal based, milk protein based, stuff like that, so it'll easily get through the carp, and if it goes through them, they'll just eat more and keep coming back. So wheat germ in there, and a little bit of acid rennet casing, only a small amount, because you put too much in, make your baits buoyant. So that's the ingredients I've put in there already. Okay, simple process. Squid meal, because it is S-Mix squid after all, that goes in first, 1 kilo. I'll mix it and break it up after. Herring meal, really good smelly fish meal. It's oily as well. I'm not putting too much oil in my bait, so I'll just put a bit of cod liver oil in when I actually mix it. But apart from that, most of the oil comes from the fish meal. So herring meal goes in. Quite a coarse fish meal as well, so it helps to release all the attractors that you put in your bait. We've got sardine and anchovy, absolutely classic fish meal. Got a really good taste. It's quite a light fish meal as well, so it's milled down really light, but it smells ace. That goes in. So 4 kilo bags, and I've made this a few times and I know it works, so there's no need to worry that you're going over the top on anything. LT94, so it's a low temp fish meal, comes from Norway, so this easily digestible, and that's what you want, because it's low temperature. It keeps all the goodness, but it makes it digestible as well. Goes in. Pre-digested fish meal. So again, you get the fish meal, you get all the protein, you get all the goodness, but it's easily digestible. It's a bit more expensive, but you've already bulked out your fish meal with all the cheaper ones. Okay. Really like that as well. So it makes the bait nice and smooth. Right, so we're on to the bulk ingredients, cereal ingredients now. So CLO. So it's bird food with little seeds in. It's got Niger seeds in. It's got milled corn, things like that in it. Biscuit. So that adds texture and carbohydrate to your bait. Got a little slug on the old Robin Red. Kilo of Robin Red. So it seems expensive paying $10.99 for a kilo, but this is for a lot of bait. So as I say, it's going to make up 14 kilos of bait. So it might seem a lot, but it's for a year, so I'm not too bothered. So it adds a nice spicy taste to it, and also colour. Okay. It's all nice and peppery. So that's like paprika. Alright, so binding ingredients, dead important in a base mix. You don't want to make really, put loads of fish meal and stuff like that, but no binders. You want something that's going to hold the boilie together when you boil it. Otherwise you end up with a pan full of slop. Okay, so we've got soy flour. Okay, that goes in. Soy it. Make sure you get everything out. Ooh, I didn't. So if you remember the monster squid that came out, Gary Bays added, I think it was about 97, something like that. He added tiger nut flour, and when he did that, catch rate started going up, and it became a bit of a hit. So what I've done is I've put some tiger nut flour in this base mix, just to see how it goes. I've done it before and it works. So put that in, nice and creamy, sweet taste, and everyone knows that tiger nuts work. Semolina, a cheap ingredient. Everyone knows it. The success of Rich with Tutti Frutti, which will basically just semolina and soy flour and a little bit of milk. That's it, and flavouring. So you got to see what they caught on airfield and things like that in the 90s on this stuff to know that it's just one of the foundations of carp bait, really. That goes in. I'm going to run out of buckets soon. Milk powder. So I've gone for lamb lack. You can use Fishmeal if you want, but it's a little bit more expensive. Smells lovely, this stuff. Keep all the bags, by the way, so I can put my boilies in it once they're rolled. Whey protein concentrate, really high protein base mix ingredient. So it's a milk protein from whey, and it hardens your bait as well. So if you're using fish meals, which are quite coarse, porous, adding this stuff will help to skin the baits when you boil them. Alright, I'm running out of bucket, so I'm going to have to be careful putting this in. It is expensive. Mega Blend Sweet. So this is an egg biscuit meal. Okay, so it's lovely and yellow. Got a lot of maize in it and seeds, but it's flavoured with honey, so it helps the sort of taste profile of your bait. Makes it really nice and sweet. Goes in. I'm not going to add that one because it's going to fall out. Got rice flour. Okay. Last ingredient, maize flour. And that's it. All I'll do after this, put the lid on, give it a good mix, and then once it's thoroughly mixed, all the bits are out of it. It's good to go. Just need your eggs and your flavours. I'm going to use either Scopex with this one, or I'm going to use squid and octopus with 30 ml of cod liver oil and 20 ml of krill oil. That's it. That's all I'm going to put in it. Okay, hope you liked it, and good luck.